I run back outside and finish digging around that tree. He went and took a nap before he went out there to dig. So I'm I was waiting for this to load, to help save people from genocide. That crazy, unimportant shit I do. And sarcasm, I know. Shh. And so I went over there and I'm digging the under that tree, and I'm going to take all the stuff and I'm going to drop all the dirt on the berm. Then tomorrow we'll get up and I'll go get my health care benefits to take care of this tooth. And then I know what I need to do. I need to eliminate just about all the processed sugars I can this summer and focus on sugars helping give me energy and stuff. Apples, bananas, cantaloupe, strawberries, grapes, grapes of Ralph. Yeah, go figure. But try to eliminate as much processed sugars as I can, because when the chemicals come in from the crop dusting and the other shit, I cannot process the processed sugars fast enough to get them out of my body without them causing me injury. Okay. Now, if I was living in the Gila and had Bill Gates's money and stuff like that, and I could eat like I do. I could eat a piece of apple pie. I could eat, some things with processed sugars. My body can process it real well. I have a very healthy body. I process toxins and chemicals faster than 99% of the populace. Okay. I can survive and stop and eliminate abuse and recover from the worst abuse in the history of the world, as far as they're studying. With Sun Yat-sen and Haile Selassie and Bob Marley and stuff like that, they just kept putting all the toxins they could until they died. Okay. That was a different time period, a different era. Okay. With me, it's like voluntary homicide, genocide, suicide. And I die. I'm just doing it to help Emily and Kate and Amy through, because they'll eat gummy Coke bottles and gummy worms and bears, and and eat a pie. Go to Marie Callender's and order a pie, and and eat it in the parking lot. Then go hang out with Miss Wallowitz, and she'll put on her brisket and a pie and so. And so they will do that. Most people, my friend Alex Rodriguez here in town, he told Sabrina, if I'm going to die, I might as well have a few beers and have a Hostess fruit pie instead of torture myself till I die. And that was his, they ain't going to stop and we ain't going to get saved. And I'm not going to be able to pay my bills except for in Freon refrigeration that's killing me. So I might as well have a beer and have a pie too. Yeah. It's not going to stop. They're going to kill us, Sabrina. It's not a question of if, it's just a question of when. So on the way to the grave, we might as well laugh with the sinners, cry with the saints, because sinners are much more fun. Okay. And so I understand Alex's perspective. I love Alex. He's a good friend of mine. I call him the real Alex Rodriguez, and then Susana Martinez, we call her the real Susana Martinez. We got the real Susana Martinez, the real Alex Rodriguez, right? And it was talking about his health, so he could live longer and have a better sex life with Sabrina, his live-in girlfriend, that got me fired at Fiesta Foods because someone else said they were offended by the conversation, and the person that got me fired told me about how her family, she went out one day and got gang raped by a gang in Albuquerque, and her parents were too high to notice she was missing. And I said, that's horrible. That's just terrible. And don't tell me how terrible my parents are. And I said, well, don't tell me about what they did, because I won't, because and I explained that to her. I was like, you can't sit there and tell me something like that and not expect me to react truthfully. I'm not going to say, wow, what good parents. They were so drunk and high, their daughter was getting gang raped for a week and they didn't even know she was gone. And then so I say to Sabrina, just tell Alex that if he works out and gets in better shape and gets rid of a lot of the pies and the beer, that he'll have a better sex life. That's enough to motivate any man to want to exercise more. Right. I was fired for that at Fiesta Foods on Main and Madrid. Okay. That's why I got fired, guys. Because a girl that worked there, went to the manager and said, what he said offended me. He's not a professional. I want him fired. And they fired me. And then in the office, I said to Joelle, the manager, of the store, I said, you do know that this conversation is being monitored by the Pentagon. And this is why you're firing me? Rand Paul can monitor this conversation. No one's listening to this conversation, Ralph. You obviously haven't read any of the documents ratified and passed by Congress and the Supreme Court, sir. I haven't read them. I just understand them. I don't have to read a bunch of liars to understand them. I just have to watch C-SPAN and the 6 o'clock news. Okay. And they had this man, Rand Paul from Kentucky, supposed to be a statesman like James Madison and James Monroe, right? How many slaves do you own there, Rand? You stutter? Is your dad named Frank? No, his dad's name is Rand. He's Rand Paul Jr. Rand Paul Sr. was the same bullshit artist. Henry Clay. That's what they're a lot like. They're more like Henry Clay than, Henry Clay and James Madison, James Monroe. Apple don't fall far from the tree. We can own women. We can use them as sexual property to create our own farm workers. And invent our own farm. Well, that's no, it's not creation. It's procreate. To procreate, there we go. This is the proper language. To procreate our own farm workers. And if our wives, or not our wives, if their mothers or the procreated children that I have for farm workers disagree with what I have to say, I will sell them to Florida. Come on, Rand. Come on now, baby. Come on now. We need more American factories. We need more American cars. We need more American beer with that fighting spirit. Trade is good. It builds wealth. To quote Working Parts for the Working People, man. All these war machines that you are sending to Ukraine to mass murder the surplus population in Russia and Ukraine and procreate new jobs and new real estate opportunities after the mass murder, because there'll be lots of new building we have to do and people will be able to move in and it'll be nicer real estate because there'll be a smaller population, right? Japan is dwindling away. Their reproduction is plummeting. You know what it's like to live in a town where you're stacked up on top of each other, like you're in a vending machine, and then the population starts to dwindle? You go out in the country, and you got a place like John Denver, as opposed to a place like on a cold and gray Chicago morning, another little baby child is born in the ghetto. Clean heart, clean and sharp, clean dream, bad start. Loved his mother and his sister. Luke and Tony call him Mister. Right. Little Janet says he looks so fine, so fine. I can't straighten my belt for Lover's Touch anymore. I got a mugwump belly. Yeah, all the chemical poisoning flumps it over my belt. It's real hard to get rid of it, especially from the toxins that are having an allergic reaction to my liver to the Moderna vaccine for my first go around with COVID. I got through Omicron 6 months, bloody crap, crust in the nose, toughed it out. It was horrible. If I had been working at a job, probably would have killed me. But instead, I stayed here and then just toughed it out and built an immunity to it and, on to the next phase, right? Tough guy. You know me, tough guy. That Suzuki guy, he knows who he's talking to, right? So you sit there and you got to understand that the number one export by American corporations are corporations like NASA, Northrop Grumman, Halliburton, that build drones and tanks and rocket launchers, okay? And where they give most of the stuff to make these weapons deadly and explosive is exploited regions of the world like Niger and Africa. And the people that mine the uranium and other type of explosive things they need for their things, and the diamonds in South Africa for the lasers and all that stuff, they send poor people in to cut cost, to make more money, and replace them like Lego pieces. Like I used to explain to kids in lockup that we're drug dealers and say, you do know you're not the top dude, that you're just a Lego piece that can get replaced with the next fucking moron. The moment you do something stupid, end up dead and fucked to death in jail. and then they replace you with another hot, cute guy with charisma that everybody wants to buy drugs from and hunt down demons with, and they call him Angel, right? Everybody's Josh Whedon's imagination around here, aren't they, though? Okay, you understand? Yeah, Earl. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. Watching TV and cutting through all the crap and flushing all the waste is pathetic. You're in Congress right now. You're talking on national television, which can be broadcast worldwide. Okay? There's a man anonymously named Earl, born of Ralph and Mary. His story is in a book called Revelation. It's been manipulated by corporations to make you all afraid of the apocalypse and continue Armageddon because it makes lots of money and it decreases the surplus population for what was perceived as a better quality of life for the rich survivors. Those grapes of the Rhine press. Drunkety drunk on our own delusions of power, wealth, of fame, and authority. And don't forget, he signed you, Bill. Now you're a law. You're a victim of gravity, all you tokens and you zero heroes. Hey, man, just turn it on its side, and it's a symbol meaning infinity. I took a train to another state, right? I got a friend named Rufus of Xavier Sarsaparilla. I like that one too. You like that one too? That one's good too. I like lots of grammar rocks. Grammys, you choose your grammar. Yeah, I like a lot of them. Some of them make no sense. They're complete limericks. Most of them make no sense and are complete limericks. Okay, but don't worry about it. Well, because I was conceived with love of people that have faith in God and believe in Jesus Christ. Okay, Sir Walter Scott. Hi, Ivanhoe. All you Templars out there. My mom's name is Mary, not Rebecca. Okay, guys? Just so you know. Okay. Peace out, man. Let's load this one up. Let's see if it takes 20 minutes for 20 minutes. Yeah, that last one, it's 20 minutes to load. It took 20 minutes. Then it went to 19. Then it went back to 20. Yeah, 20 minutes to load. It's been 20 minutes. It's been stuck on 20 minutes for 20 minutes. Wow. Sounds like Congress. Does. Sounds like Pentagon and the Supreme Court. The executive, the judicial, the legislative, and the arm. What's the arm? U.S. West Point, Annapolis, and down we die, spading our flames from under. Atom boys, give her the gun. We live in fame or go down in flame. Nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force. We'll drop a bomb on you and be home in time at a split-level ranch for dinner. Thank you, everybody at Naval Federal Credit Union. We are complete fucking turd bag pimps and hoes, and we don't even know it. I have to have Earl explain it to you. Well, I am a sweetheart. Okay, peace, man.